What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 99 of my Total Warhammer 3 Vlad and Isabella Immortal Empires campaign. So as we learned last time, Peter likes them thick, as he destroyed the army belonging to Thick of the Greybeards prospectors at El Caliban, and probably their only main army by the looks of it. Alden Stoneheart has a half stack, but this faction is going to die soon, which is great. It'll match my Arcan campaign going on at the same time, and I gotta appreciate it because I hate this faction with a passion, and we're gonna continue destroying them over the next few turns. That's going to take a bit of time, however, as this is going to be a very battle-heavy turn. Almost every one of our lords is currently in a position to fight somebody, which is pretty great, but it does mean it'll take a while to get where we need to. On the bright side, it should allow us to make a decent amount of cash, and, well, we certainly need it. Before we do so, however, I did take a look at diplomacy as I do between the episodes so that we don't waste screen time, and I noticed that Draika was now willing to give up Dragonhorn Mines, as well as Stone Mine Tower, sort of, as well as Sunken Kernark. I don't know if she's willing to give up all of them, but we're about to find out in a second. So let's start with Dragonhorn and Stone Mine, and then we'll see afterwards. So, Dragonhorn Mine, I wish you could do them all at the same time. To us, please. Thank you. What about Stone Mine? That one's gonna cost 1 now. Wait, that one always cost 1. I was thinking of Sunken Kernark, and I was thinking of Agrul Migdal. Alright, fine. Let's go Sunken Kernark. Yep. Lovely. Another free settlement. And Stone Mine. That's 1. And Agrul Migdal, that's 0. Okay, so we'll take Agrul Migdal as well. Beautiful. And not Forest of Gloom or Lorelorn Forest, obviously. You're still not giving up the moot? Yeah, you're still not giving up the moot. That's okay. Stone Mine Tower. She wants 11k for it. I'll take it. Very nice, man. Draika has been by far the best ally I've ever had in many thousands of hours of Total War over the years. She has been very helpful, and she has given up a lot of territory for free for us as well, while maintaining her own forest territories. A long story short, I simp for Draika, and I don't care who knows. Now, let's build up these new territories, I guess. We can at least give them gibbets and whatnot. What do we have here? Dragonhorn Mine. Yes, we've actually got nearly the full province here of the Western Badlands, and I guess when we inevitably get into a fight with Arcan, we'll take it over. And we do need to grow the place, though. I guess we'll want to wait. We'll want to wait a few turns for Ekron to be completed rather than leveling these up. Hopefully that doesn't mean Arcan just suddenly attacks them and steals them from us, but we shall see. And Agrul Migdal was the other place that we got. We don't have to wait for you, I think, though. Well, let's upgrade you immediately, and let's get you... still a gibbet, though. Alright. Yeah, we're sharing a lot of territory with the... and with the followers of Nagashia. This all should belong to us, and hopefully eventually will. Now, in terms of what we gotta do in terms of battles, I was excited at the prospect of having Vlad fight Valkia. She is just in range, and I think, while I wanted to get this shipwreck, I'd rather try to go directly for Valkia. Whether this works or not, she might not be able to get away next turn, because Vlad can move considerably further than most characters can move at this point, because he has a lot of buffs. So let's see if she stays and fights. And she will! Very, very nice. Let's see what you got in your army here. I didn't even look. That's how unconcerned Vlad's army is about anything they run into. You don't even need to look if it's full of if it's just like a huge doom stack of giants or dragons or something. So we got a decent amount of trolls and monstrous infantry in general. They do have the Soul of Damnation, which I suppose is a threat to our... dire wolves and to our blood knights. A couple giants, Valkia herself, of course, with some very nice stats, although it's probably going to be impossible to get her to duel Vlad directly. And maybe we'll send the ladies to rip her apart in the air instead, as she has no other air support. I guess the Skull Cannon could fire at our units, but that shouldn't matter that much. Anyway, let's do this cinematically. Exactly, Vlad, exactly. Why would they even dare to try to stand against you? Anyway, here we go. Valkia is immediately going to get surrounded by all three of our vamps. Valkia, however, does have a couple of those Chaos Feral Manticores in tow. Unfortunately for them, we do have all of our Vargeists and our Terrorgeist to deal with them, while our heroes deal with Valkia. Oh, what's this little shield effect? Huh. What is that? Foe Seeker, oh, that's the Demon Shield, I guess? Alright. Oh, it actually looks quite nice. If only it wasn't such a kind of meh item, but the effect is quite nice, if nothing else. We'll see how effective Valkia is with the buffs, actually. What's 758 weapon strength, but she is going to be debuffed shortly. We're also going to pop that Storm of the Night immediately, and frankly, that's a cooler effect than the Demon Shield is. And we do have air superiority on top of the fact that we have Storm of the Night, so I don't see the enemy winning this one at least. Ooh, I like that Valkia can change elevation in the fight. Nice. Alrighty, gonna take a few shots from the enemy's Skull Cannon as well as Hell Cannon, but it doesn't look like it's going to make much of a difference. Valkia then gets debuffed by the Withering combined with Soul Blight as well as Master of Beguilement, severely dropping her stats. Her armor down to only 40, and of course our vamps have a lot of armor piercing, so it isn't that big of a deal. It might help our Vargeist a little bit more. Honestly, kind of hard to see what's going on in there, but it's okay. I'm sure we're winning. That's why I keep going back to stats. Looks like Valkia is about to rout. Her Manticores are done for. One of them has dropped out of the sky, and the second one is dropping as well. We've lost a few Vargeists, but we can always resurrect them right after. Valkia herself down to about 25% HP and is now in banishment as well, so I don't see her surviving this. Our vamps are all pretty much fine as well, as they do have all that healing from various means. And of course we have the Blood Chalice of Bathory to rely upon should we need to do so. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of animation power creep in the third game. Valkia gets all these awesome animations, both in flight and when fighting on the ground, but we don't, sadly. Oh, I've never seen that shield just get angry before. I guess I haven't seen a Valkia get dueled a lot in many campaigns, mostly because she's way tucked away up north, where it's unlikely that we'll be able to reach her. Anyway, with the enemy lured down, our flyers are going to go after that Skull and Hell Cannon. Although the Skull Cannon's starting to run out of ammo, and does look like it's taken a few pot shots at our vampires, but once again, they can heal up just fine. Our main army is going to engage the main enemy host, while our Blood Knights are going to move in shortly, once they decide on the targets that they want to go after. Specifically, I'd love for one of the Blood Knights to get a little duel with the Knights of the Brazen Throne here, who are probably one of the best looking Regiment of Renown models in the game, you gotta admit. Well, let's see if we can get a fight. And they just gotta try to cycle charge us here in the main portion of the battle. In the meantime, though, the Blood Knights, of course, will move in. There are several enemy units that we can go after. There's a giant, there's trolls, etc., etc., but this unit will peel away and start fighting those knights. Very nice. This, from a loreful perspective, this seems like a very nice matchup. If Blood Knights were as powerful as they were from a loreful perspective, they would probably be incredibly overpowered. Though, of course, I suppose the same thing which should go for Chaos Knights and other super heavy cav. Alrighty, well, it looks like they did manage to see off those Knights of the Brazen Throne without too much trouble, and in fact, the rest of the enemy army is already pretty much done. With the fall of Valkia, they just didn't have the heart to continue fighting, which is a shame for a Coronate army, but shouldn't be unexpected against Vlad's pretty insane force. Alrighty, we are of course going to try to chase down everything that we can, and once again, fortunately, we do have mostly fast-moving units in this army. And we do need to make use of them, as otherwise Valkia was not in march stance, and we will have to fight the army again, or auto-resolve it, but, well, can't always be trusting auto-resolve. The Summoners of Rage also weren't able to get their Chain Lightning off by the looks of it, so that would have been a potentially decent amount of damage on our Blood Knights, who, other than the ward save, don't actually have other resistances. And they do have missile resistance when out of melee, but that's about it. So the magical damage would not have been reduced, although I suppose it would have been by their armor, but no spell resistance nonetheless. Anyway, looks like we've caught most of the enemy units. The Summoners of Rage do seem to have escaped, but there didn't seem to be a way for us to catch them, as otherwise we would have had to not catch other fast-moving units, but a single unit isn't going to be that much of a threat. Plus, I suppose this means that that unit can't really join an army, so we won't have to deal with it for a while again. Maybe we'll just let it escape. Decisive victory, as we can clearly see. I don't think we got any losses. We brought down Valkia, and Vlad has basically arrived in Nagaroth. Alrighty, very nice. I'm glad that we finally caught up to Valkia. Couldn't get her to duel Vlad, but that was, frankly, probably never going to happen. And mostly because she's an aerial unit and she would have just landed amongst the blob rather than try to fight Vlad alone. But it's okay because Isabella got to take her out with her handmaidens there. We somehow lost a unit. I don't know. Oh, one of the Blood Knights died and didn't get revived. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh well. I wonder if by healing up 0% that would actually revive the one Blood Knight, but I guess it doesn't matter. Let's return the captives for a little bit of cash. And, oh, this army just barely survives, does it? That's kind of funny. And hey, defeated Valkia gives us +4 melee attack and +20 armor-piercing damage, so more stats for Vlad, who's currently at melee attack 114, melee defense 79, unbuffed. That is, without any of his abilities active or any magics. I gotta see what his max state is at this point in time, like when we get all the buffs on him. And gotta be pretty crazy, at least in melee attack and defense stats. He doesn't hit as crazy hard as a lot of other fighty lords do, but he's more of a sustain lord, once again, and then just a straight-up powerhouse. Although he's looking pretty powerhousey at this point. Anyway, that's Vlad's battle. Did get a little bit of cash back for it. Now, Rudy. We have to decide what to do with you. I was originally going to send him to the monoliths here, mostly so that Avalorn didn't take it away, so that these guys could have a full province. Vlad can land at Karant Karan and take it for us, but then we need somebody to take Black Creek Spire as well, which might mean it would be beneficial to summon a temporary lord solely to take it, unless one of these guys moves here and takes it as well. I really wish I remembered whether Avalorn moves before Nagaroth does, but I feel like it would. It was created as a faction earlier than Nagaroth was, so it's most likely can. You know what, just in case, let's have Rudy take the monoliths and we'll give them to our vassal here. And we'll summon a Templord, maybe take Black Creek Spire. Maybe. Auto-resolve you. Yeah, not too much damage, fortunately, and we will occupy. Lovely, province secured, another free Trickster Shard, because we need more of those. Let's build the marble here, but we'll trade it either way. And we'll go for Fostered Terror, just for a few seconds. We will obviously be giving up the territory. And then, even though the cost is going to be, as usual, insane, we're going to summon a Temporary Lord. Not Jurgen, though, because he's actually fairly useful in terms of his strength. I guess we could do another temporary Necromancer unit. A tough Necro, meh. And we got a Lore Keeper and a Strong Vamp. Alright, let's go for the Strong Vamp. Will Marvon deal? Let's see if you can reach Black Creek Spire. I really hope that you can. It looks like you just won't be able to. Ah, come on, come on. What if there's any... Wait. Let's give him the Restless Dead, the 5% from Root Marcher might be able to get him there. We'll see. We'll see next time. It looks like it might. It would be ideal. Alrighty, so at least this is decided. We'll wait to give the monoliths just in case these guys somehow take the Black Creek Spire, in which case we'd simply trade. It would actually be nice to trade some of these things around, but whatever. I fear that Venom Glade is going to fall as well. This entire province is kind of iffy, to be fair. And so is Val's Handle, damn. Kotep's doing okay, which is kind of surprising in general for me. And it seems like perhaps in Immortal Empires he does a little bit better than he used to. Anyway, Roddy, are you ready to take out the Red Fortress? We were waiting on this for a number of reasons, but I guess there's not much point in doing so now. And a valiant defeat. Really, you want us to fight this? This little pathetic garrison? Okay, well, we might do that, but probably manually, as I don't see that taking too much effort. Renki, you've got yourself a passage through the sea to get to, so you're just trying to get to the water as fast as you can. And Assassin, you're trying to follow Renki. Both of you going down to Lizard Town and Hexoatl. Hopefully to vassalize them there. Might stop on by and take out this. I don't know why the AI is allowing the siege to happen, but I swear it's been happening for more than one turn. Or maybe our turns are just so long now that it's kind of unclear. Aldous, you were gonna go for Fortress of the Damned, but I'm kind of tempted to see if Prince Sigvald is willing to fight you. Somehow I doubt it. Based on his army, somehow I really doubt it. We can ignore him and land, or we could try to risk it. The thing is, if we land here, most likely Siggy's gonna go for the Serpent Jetty, or for the Troll Fjord. Too bad you can't do like some kind of sea ambush stance.
To the shadows.
I feel like whenever a sea is in storm, you should be able to ambush in sea. That might be a nice little addition to have. You know, sometimes you get a region that's in storm and causes attrition to you. Okay, I can't find one right now, but I know it exists. I know I've seen it before, game. Why are you making me look like an idiot? Well, it's somewhere, okay? It's somewhere. It's an idea. Let's go with that. Anyway, Yos, Ermine, yes, you also have a battle for you, with a bunch of stuff here. I did say there was a ton of battles this episode, or at least this turn. And we have to figure out what we want to do with Warlock as well. So the problem with Warlock, what the heck, why are there trees in the middle of the water? The problem with you is that while we were originally sending you up here to fight the Poxmakers, I don't think you're gonna get there, in the sense that I think these guys will be dead by the time you arrive. Meaning you're better off traveling elsewhere. The question is, which elsewhere? Do we go via the sea all the way back here? Or do we just go manually to Lustria? Honestly, it might actually be faster to go to Lustria. Shipwreck. Yeah, you know what? I think we're gonna have to go back the way we came. He's just not gonna get a fight here. Edmund's gonna take care of everything here. And then I guess Edmund can start moving this way, although that's gonna take a while as well, but there's nobody else to fight here. We've got the place shored up. Just in case, maybe Warlock can stick around, because in a few turns we're going to be fighting Arcan, and I guess he can fight him a little bit. Though his army isn't going to be very good against Arcans and all those constructs. The Ushabti with Great Bow and the Bone Giants would be very dangerous to those poor Sylvanian crossbows. Still, no reason not to give it a try. And there's also Krog Guard to consider, I suppose. Anyway, let's see what else we got. Otto Zubissendorf and Dirk Barrickmere. You two. Alright, well, you two are going to take the Forbidden Citadel, and I guess that still has to happen. So, let's see if we can't auto-resolve this. Otto, away you go, buddy. And, wow, a lot of your army dies. Okay, let's move up our other army. Like so. And try again. And still a bunch of your units die. Yeah, okay, fine. Let's do this manually super quick. If the game is going to be that insistent upon it. And all this just to give our Kislevite allies some more territory at that. Not like we care about these Red Norscan territories. Really, I just want to finish off Nagorond and the Legion of the Gore Queen up north, and ideally vassalize the lizards. We'll see about that. Whether that's actually possible. They're not the fondest of us. We got reinforcements coming in on this side. I guess it doesn't actually matter where the reinforcements come in. Let's send the healthiest units up to fight together with our somewhat hurt corpse cart and auto. We can also send some ghouls in and as many skeletons as we want as well. Yeah, we could use multiple entrances, but frankly I don't think it's gonna matter all that much. Let's make you guys group 2, and then we'll use whatever we have left to reinforce as needed. Alright, start battle. You guys move it up right there. And you can join them. It's also speeded up to max, so you can summon dead. Do you want to start fighting by yourself? Do you want to wait for the Graveguard to get there? I guess we could wait a little bit. And we got... Oh, wow, you're getting here real soon, ain't ya? Alright, well, that's hardly anything to complain about. Let's send everybody in. So, you, and generally speaking, all of you, because you're elites. Although I guess maybe we shouldn't send the really low HP units. As in, let's say not you, you, or you. You guys can stay back there. Alrighty, and then of course you can move in yourself, Mr. Dirk. Everybody else is fine. Alright. Are the Graveguard there yet? No, not yet. Are they getting there? Let's speed it up while they move in. And there we go. Speed it up, slow it down, and the fight begins. Dirk, join the fray. Well, you're not Dirk, you're Otto. Close enough. And start summoning zombies. And you know what? Let's get Dirk, speaking of, let's get him flying over here. You're on here, Terrorgeist, are you not? Yeah. Let all of these guys move in together in a few, but I guess we can watch the zombies and stuff fight here. Don't get a lot of Hellsteed action, so we might as well watch Otto fight here, as we generally have been using dragons. We do have a couple of lords on Hellsteeds, it's just they haven't been getting a lot of fights lately. Alright, do we need another set of zombies here, maybe? Let's get at least another one, and you have no damaging spells, unfortunately. You know who does? You. Well, you have a breath. Not entirely sure that counts as a damaging spell, but let's move you in. And let's move the healthy units of Crypt Horrors in as well. Yeah, all of you. Let's say group 3. Go attack this unit of Marauders with throwing axes. I was about to say horse axes, but close enough. Alright, breathe on those Marauder champions. Or anybody, really. Honestly, the Terrorgeist breath is kind of awful, so it doesn't really matter. Doesn't seem to do particularly well against anything. Large units or small units. Alright, summon and more summon. And there we go. And these guys should be able to break through if I can see something. As in, see anything that's going on because of all those effects. There we go, extra zombies, extra Crypt Horrors. We're getting a few javelins chucked at us, but it is kind of irrelevant. And over time, the enemy will just get whittled down. Between the Terrorgeist here and the Crypt Horrors moving into the rest of the settlement. No, and yeah, they're running from the Crypt Horrors because of course they are. You know what, let's separate the Crypt Horrors like so. You guys can work together. And Terrorgeist, I actually want you staying near the Mortis engine so that you guys can heal each other up. And yeah, we can move them all in, but frankly I don't care enough to do so right now, because the battle will end shortly. And let's get more zombie summons. You could probably get a heal on yourself as well. Actually, the Mortis engine might speed up this particular area, if nothing else. Is that all you've got? What was that, Norskins? I'm not sure you're achieving anything, like you may think here. Just because you're killing zombies. And where's Otto? What are you doing, buddy? Still in there somewhere. He's fighting. Wait, is he fighting? Is he floating overhead? No, he is fighting. Okay. I was a little bit concerned that he wasn't actually doing anything. You have a scroll of shielding, use it on yourself while you fight all these Chaos Warriors. Yeah, just a nice little pseudo-cinematic. At least we get some nice shots of these guys fighting. Alright, I wonder how those Crypt Horrors are doing. Alright, these guys are doing okay. They're ripping apart some Marauder Berserkers who will be dead soon. Have the others stopped doing anything? Well, these guys are sort of running around. Oh, wow, they're actually reinforcing, hitting the enemy in the back. Alright, well, that certainly works.
I am eternal.
You are eternal? Well, you want to be eternal. Not necessarily are, at least not yet. You may be a vampire, but that doesn't mean you're gonna last for an eternity. Maybe when you get to Nagash's level. Alrighty, our Ghoul King at least is having a good time. Getting a lot of those infantry kills. Our Graveguard are sort of just holding the line. I do have to wonder if these regular ghouls have been hurt at all, and no, it doesn't really look like it. They're just trying to move in and fight. Oh, and this corpse card has been trying to get here this entire time. Man, there's still a lot of these units that are alive back here. I know they'd be dying a little bit sooner. You know what? Maybe we'll send a few more reinforcements in. Alright, you guys, move in. Go take out those Marauder Hunters. You have nearly captured the supply location. Help out with the Marauder Hunters. You guys charge those horses and then join the fray here. You can summon no longer. You can use Soul Blight, I guess. And buff ourselves up a little bit. You move in, pop your Spirit Leech, and then hit this army in the back. Together with some more zombies, like so. Probably could have landed you first, but that's fine. It does look like you're gonna move in, minus that arch getting in your way. Just land down and smash into the arch. They're doing a pretty good job holding the line here, but the lack of a Mortis Engine is generally what's causing this to take a while. Let's send the Mortis Engine in then. It's not like we're taking damage, mind you, it's taking a little bit longer than I would have otherwise thought. And it's not like we're really taking any damage whatsoever anyway. And it's also not like it would matter if we did, because either way, we're moving away from here and there's no threatening armies remaining. It's a decent amount of zombies summoned though. Looks like the enemy is starting to get outnumbered by zombies. Imagine fighting and then for every enemy you kill, 5 zombies rise around you. That's how fighting the undead is supposed to look like. Alrighty, and we should be done fairly shortly. And let's see. Where's that Mortis Engine? You coming in here? Don't stop. Moving. Oh, looks like some enemy units are shattering. You guys are going to... you can get to work on that platform. I don't want to send these guys in because they're all hurt. Not that it'll matter all that much, and then you guys can work on this platform. I guess you can go after those hunters if you really feel like it, but I'm not sure that you need to. Anyway, back to this little choke point here. Though the enemy is now just about ready to run away. They're certainly taking less damage where all these zombies are, but that's hardly surprising. Alright, do you have any ability that you can use? I guess you can use that Helm of Discord again. Feels like it was just a few seconds ago that we used it before, but... oh, for the love of... no wonder you're not here, you got stuck on these things. Yeah, it happens. And all these maps with these little ruins, lots of units have a tendency to get stuck. Well, fortunately, it doesn't look like we need the Mortis Engine. We're not going to bother healing up, because we achieved what we wanted to there. And we got 2 losses. You know, thanks auto-resolve. Thanks for killing half our army with auto-resolve. Only for us to get no losses without a Mortis Engine, mind you, and basically no healing. I mean, the enemy didn't even damage our Grave Garden ghouls, who all did decently and got some kills. I'm not even entirely sure what they were doing. What were they attacking exactly? It's not like we cast any invocations of Nehek. This is an wait, was this an Unholy Lodestone? Oh, it is an Unholy Lodestone. Okay, so they were getting healed off that. I thought for a second it was a Balefire. Alright, well, we'll occupy the Forbidden Citadel, which means Dirk. you're free to leave, buddy. To Sarl encampment you go, but you're going to transfer troops to Waldekir, so that's where you're headed off to. Otto, you're going to head down to the Altar of Spawns, then around to the Monolith of Flesh, all of which will be traded to the Kislevite. And hopefully the Kislevites can go north with a few of our armies once we're done with Norska. I believe that is that, though, we are out of time once more, so I'm gonna have to call the episode here. Next time we will destroy Nordland for good, as we will probably end the turn. We got a pretty massive battle coming up with Ermine, having to fight off a full garrison, plus a garrisoning army, plus a full stack belonging to the Warhost of the Apocalypse, all once again without a Mortis engine, so that'll take some effort, and is thus looking to be a pretty fun battle. And there's also ogres to destroy, as well as we have to keep moving forward towards the birds here. If we could just capture the Fortress of Dawn, or the Temple Avenue of Gold, and trade it to the Ghost of Pahwaks before they cancel all of our agreements, considering they're starting to hate on us, we could vassalize them. But can we actually make it happen before that it turns into a war that we don't want? Who knows? Let's find out, so stay tuned for more Vlad and Isabella. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.